Hello and greetings from French Lick, Indiana, where I came down for a quick St. Valentine's Day getaway. The West Baden Springs Hotel opened in 1902, 1 year after a fire had destroyed the hotel that was previously on the same site. It was at the time touted as the eighth wonder of the world and featured the world's largest freestanding dome. The area, including nearby French Lick, was a popular gambling destination in the 1920s, but when much of the tourism in the region, also known for its many mineral springs, was impacted by the Great Depression, the hotel closed and the building became a Jesuit seminary, and 30 years later, a branch campus of a private college. But after the college closed in 1983, the building wasn't maintained well, and by the mid-1990s, things had become pretty dire, with parts of the building starting to collapse, until Bloomington philanthropists Gail and Bill Cook took on a restoration project which would ultimately cost more than $30 million. West Baden Springs, literally an unearthed relic, reopened as a hotel in 2006. So this is our room. I'll show you around. Come on in. As you come in the room past the closet, you immediately see a little mini bar area complete with sink and a mini fridge below. And then you can head into the living room area with what I would assume is a sofa bed and of course the remnants of the breakfast that we had ordered through room service in the morning. Then we'll head into the bathroom, which has gorgeous counters and these really amazing tiles. Next, we'll head into the bedroom area. We got a lovely gift that was part of the package that my husband had selected for Valentine's Day. And disregard the state of the bed. This is obviously not professionally made up, but gives you an idea of what the room looks like still. We had a beautiful view of the long driveway leading up to the building, and I wanted to note the fact that this room is probably a little bit larger than others because it was in a part of the building that stuck out a little bit further from the main round central part of the building. Then we will swing around and take a look at the other side of the room. One of the really interesting elements that my husband noted was that the floor was at a little bit of an angle, which you can kind of see there with the picture frame and the lamp and the way that lines up with the piece of furniture below. Definitely gives the room a little bit of character and reminds you of the fact that they saved this building from almost falling down. So that's our room, and now let's go take a look at some other parts of the hotel.
So this was one of the coolest things that I discovered here. This morning I was looking through for different things to do, to kind of explore and have some fun while we were here, and stumbled upon the fact that this library has clues hidden all over it. So people have left messages and books, and they write back and forth to each other, and yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of exploring and see what I find.
So I decided to write and leave a note as well, and looked around for a bit for the right book to leave it in. And then I discovered this beauty. It is a book on Bloomington's past and present, so that seemed a fitting spot to hide my note. I actually discovered the fact that some others had left notes in this book previously, but it still felt like the right spot. So I found a good page, and I think I picked page 26 since it was 2026, and that's where I decided to leave my note. And then I re-hid it on the shelf where I'd found it. Then we headed over to the museum, which is also located in the West Baden Springs Hotel. They had a lot of really cool and informational exhibits, not only on the history of the site, but also on some of the aspects of the renovation that has taken place. And there were so many interesting facts, and it was great to get to see and learn about so many of the people and things that have been a part of this amazing site through the years. Next, we headed outside and did a little exploring around the property that the hotel sits on. It wasn't the prettiest of days, but it was warm enough and it wasn't raining or snowing, so that was a plus. This building had been newly renovated since the last time we were here, and it was a lot of fun. They had billiards and bowling and things to eat and drink, and we decided to stay there for lunch before continuing on with our adventure. After lunch, we drove into French Lick, which is just down the road from West Baden and is the site of the other resort and also casino owned by the same folks, and also took a drive through downtown French Lick. And of course, no trip would be complete without a little bit of thrifting, so we went to Finders Keepers, a local antique store, and did a little more treasure hunting. We found some really neat antiques that are from this local area, as well as some other interesting items. And of course, I picked up a few things to do some Valentine's Day crafting with. All right, so now I want to show off the junk journal that I made as a thank you to my husband for arranging the wonderful trip to West Baden. This was the little book that I purchased at the antique store. It was not antique. No antique books were harmed in the making of this video or project. And it was only 75 cents, so it was perfect to modify and turn into a junk journal that would double as a thank you note. So I used some of the buttons off of the little candy pouch that I had gotten at the same store, and other little embellishments from that throughout as well, and other ephemera that I had purchased or already had in my collection to make the journal, including some vintage postcards related to Valentine's, as well as some of the things that we got during our stay in West Baden. This was a card that I got in one of the gift stores and was kind of cool. And then I have other little things hidden down in little pockets there. That was a fun way to hide some of the photographs that I took over the weekend. I'll just leave that one out there. And other little pockets that I've got stuff tucked down into, and some history about the property, and some different elements as well. So this was just kind of a fun way to make a little scrapbook of the trip, and also say thank you for having a lot of fun on this trip to West Baden.